والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده وبعد. عن عبد الرحمن بن صخر الدوسي رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: أتدرون ما الغيبة؟ Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked the Sahaba in a famous hadith narrated by Abd al-Rahman al-Dawsi, do you know what backbiting is? قال الله ورسوله أعلم. We don't know what backbiting is. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said the very simple definition: ذكرك أخاك بما يكره. That you mention your brother in his back with something that he dislikes. قالوا يا رسول الله أو إن كان فيه ما ذكرته. What if whatever I said wasn't true about him? I said he is a liar, and he is a liar. Or he is a whiner, fornicator, a cheater. And he was this person. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إن كان فيه ما ذكرته فقد اغتبته وإن لم يكن فيه ما ذكرته فقد بهته. If it was true what you said about him, then you have, this is the exact backbiting. That in his back you're mentioning something true about him. And if it wasn't true, that is slander. Now, Imam al-Nawawi, interestingly here, and this is the interesting part, as we all know what backbiting is, we know the definition of backbiting, but there are 5 other conditions where it is allowed to backbite your own brother. Which is allowed and permissible for me to speak about you in your back. 5 different conditions. The first one is at-tadhallum. At-tadhallum, when you go to the judge and you want to complain about someone seeking justice for yourself. At that case, you have to present the full description of that person. What he did to you, what he has caused to you, what is his attribute, what is his characteristic, and you present all of the evidence that comes with it in order to bring justice back. At-tadhallum. And Hind bint Utbah radiyallahu anha did that with her husband Abu Sufyan to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. She said, Ya Rasulullah, inna Aba Sufyan rajulun shahih. فهل أخذ من ماله بغير إذنه? Abu Sufyan is a stingy man. Would you allow me, is it permissible to take from his money without his knowledge? فقال نعم. خذي بالمعروف. Take whatever you need, whatever fulfills your need, you and your children, that's it. Now she has mentioned him in front of the Sahaba, and probably for generations to come, to know and expose the stinginess of Abu Sufyan. And today we're mentioning his stinginess, and that is fine, because that was at the reason of tadhallum. The second of all is al-istifta'. You go back to a scholar or a mufti, and you have to ask him for a fatwa. And this fatwa needs the description of the sin or the description of the problem of a specific brother or a specific person that you want to ask about. And Sahaba did that in many different occasions with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. A third occasion, at-tahdhir, to warn someone from someone. A brother who comes to the masjid more often and he's connected to Allah, suddenly he's getting a close relationship and a close friendship with a drug dealer, which he doesn't know about. You have to expose that drug dealer in front of that person so he doesn't spread his corruption. Fourth of all, at-ta'rif. If you want to define someone to someone and he needs to know the reality of that someone, the first someone, for the second someone. Subhanallah. A man comes and proposes for your daughter, and you need to ask about this man. You come to the masjid, you come to Abu Malik, and you ask him, how is Imam Abdul Rahman? Well, he knows the dark history of Imam Abdul Rahman, which no one knows here. At that point and at that stage, he has to expose the history of Abdul Rahman Khattab, even if he was the worst and full of sins and majors and minors. Just like Fatima bint Qais did with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. She said, Ya Rasulullah, I want to take your mashura. Inna Muawiyah wa Abu al-Jahm, both of them have proposed to me. Which one do I marry? I'm a bit confused. Rasulullah told her, أما معاوية فرجل صعلوك لا مال له. If we want to talk about Muawiyah, he's a little man who doesn't have money. He doesn't fit you. وأبو الجهم رجل لا يترك عصاه. رجل مضراب لا يترك عصاه. His cane, his stick is always in his hand, and he always hits his ladies. I don't recommend neither of them to you. ولكن لك أسامة بن زيد. But I prefer, and I choose for you, Usama ibn Zayd. He is the best fit for you, and he's ready to get married. Now, Rasulullah exposed Muawiyah and exposed Abu Jahl in two different ways, and it's needed because Fatima is going to be hooked up with them for the rest of her life, and that's one of the places where you have to tell the truth about the brother. Last but not least, al-isti'anah ala dar'i al-munkar أو جلب المعروف جلب المنفعة أو دفع المضرة, in order to seek assistance with someone to help someone else. I need to come to Brother Samir and tell him that ex-brother is really delving in smoking and coke and drugs and all of that. We need to help him. Please give me some strategies. I know you've got experience in that. May Allah protect us all. And you take his experience, but I need to expose another brother to help him. فالاستعانة والاستفتاء والتحذير والتعريف والتظلم. وبارك الله لي ولكم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.